Hi guys, welcome to another video from Naturally That's JA. I don't even know where to start because Shema killed me. I had this page, I made it, and I'm like every other day, every other week, I'm gonna create some video, Anywho, I'm here now, and that's what's matter, okay? So I'll be giving a story time on my independency as a business owner, my transition from a 9 to 5 to becoming my own boss.
Boss lady!
So, before I do, let's go. I'm very comfortable now. So, it all started in year, oh god, 2020 or 2021. Yes, 2021. I'm gonna stick to it. 2021. After I had an incident, I was working for myself, and then I had an incident where I tore a ligament in my right foot. Yes, so I was unable to walk or work properly for like 6 months. It took a while to heal. It didn't heal at 6 months, but for me to be able to can't move around on my feet, do a little work here and there, it took a while. So after that transition, I'm like, I'm bored. I need something stable right now. I was getting my clients. I would do home visits, but it wasn't frequent, right? And I'm like, this won't do. So I applied for jobs, I did interviews, and I saw this page on, I think it was Facebook, and I keep looking at their work, and I'm like, seems nice. I'm a natural girly, and I want to be a part of the natural girly space. So I reached out to them, and the interview got through, and I've been there for like 2 years. After the 2 years, there wasn't any growth in the sense of it's financial. As an individual, I did not see much benefit. I gained what I gained from there, and I feel like I gave as well. So therefore, I decided it's not enough for me. I am not happy. I am not comfortable, and it's just not giving. It's not giving what it's supposed to give. So I parted ways from my 9 to 5, and I took my little self and got the simple starter kit, which is simple tools that I need to carry out my services. I would do my clients at home. They come to me, and I do their service there. They'll wash their hair, and they'll come to me, and I'll do the styling, and it was great. It was working out, but I started to get more requests. So I'm like, I want to do more for these clients, and I want to expand myself, so I can't stay within the perimeter of my living room, so to speak, right? And also, I wanted to stop doing house traveling because I started to feel unsafe in the case, some persons aren't so considerate in the case. I don't know the area, and you just leave me to go and find my own taxi and my own bus. I'm a big girl, but at the same time, assist me. Look to see that I'm getting on a taxi or a bus or whatever. So it was draining. I had to be walking with my bags and pan all the way through Alpha Tree Crossroad. I don't try to go outside of Kingston. Yeah. Anyway, if I'm going outside of Kingston, it's on a weekend where I have someone to bring me to the place. So if I'm going over Portmore, I have someone to take me there to and from. So I used to do that as well, right? Alright, fast forward, decided to be a big woman. Don't be a woman. And forgive me, I'm saying all of this as true as it is. No, nothing is perfect. Alright, so I went ahead, as I said, got all my little equipment that I can get, my little products, just my starter kit. As I said, that's what I call it, my starter kit. My scissors, my little comb, my little brush, my little products, the main stuff, and a few little towels from Mr. Chin. And yeah, so when I decided to say I am going to now find a book, I did my research, right? 2 to 3 months before I left my 9 to 5. I think I started to do my research from May, June, July, because I knew I wanted to go on break in August, and that would be the time I decided I wanted to finish with the 9 to 5. So I met this lady. She had a space, and I decided to go there for an interview. Sure that I'm interested. Formally went. She said, okay, yeah, I have a space, and she showed it to me, and I'm like, okay, what's the cost for it? It was over my budget, mind you. What I had after leaving my 9 to 5, I spent it to get all of what I needed. I was a toolkit, right? Alright, cool. I found the funds, and I decided, okay, I want this space. So I kept in communication with this individual, and with all the communications, not once. And this is where everything went upside down.
Oh my God!
believe after 2 months communicating with this individual for me to move in, I told her I wanted to move in on September the 4th because I have plans coming in for I think the 7th, something like that, thereabout. So she's like, yeah, I'm sure the space is gonna ready, you're gonna go to everything. I got a contract from her. It was a rough draft, which wasn't the final thing because she said she forgot to print it. So I'm like, okay, cool. I am an understanding person. So once you're working with me, no problem, right? Um, not once did she ever discuss to me anything aside that was on the contract. So I'm like, okay, we Gucci. I did a giveaway did a giveaway in the summertime, and a young lady and her daughter, the little girl, she won a free hairstyle. So it was a shampoo and a natural service, right, for a kid. She was under 8 years old, I believe. I can't remember. And her mom was like, please, could you just add a little extension to it? I'm like, okay, sure, no problem. So as I said, I paid my deposit and everything, paid 2 months, right? And I'm like, you can come, I'll do the service for her right here because it's a Saturday, so I'd start working the Tuesday. So say for example, the Saturday is September 4th, and the Tuesday would be the following week. So I'm like, all right, you can come for the Saturday. So I was doing her hair, doing the child hair, and everything was finishing up and the end of the day. So I called my partner to come for me. So when I'm finished, I can just leave because the time frame that I wanted to finish up with the child ran over, so it was an extra hour. So I'm like, as I'm finished, I had things to do. So he came in, he sat over near the shampoo basin on the chair. Okay, cool, fine. So to finish up the baby girl hair, my phone rang. So I looked, it's the owner for the space. Mind you, she works there, she does the only client there, I am the only renter there at the time. In the hair field, there was someone else there. In a private room, I was in an open space. Yeah. So I got a phone call from her, and she's saying she saw on the camera, telling me, go move, back. She's seen on the camera that a male is in the salon. So I said, that's my spouse. She said, am I aware that there isn't any male allowed in the space? So I'm like, no. She's like, it's on the contract. So I said, okay, as a person, I don't like to be on the phone when I'm over my clients. I try to cut the conversation really, really fast. One, I don't want to lose my focus. I don't want to take away my attention from the client because they might be asking me something, and I want to be able to do my work. So I don't keep long conversation unless it's emergency purpose, and I'll then excuse myself. So I said to her, okay, I'm finishing up. I'll call you back as soon as possible, and whatever. So I don't remember everything, but I am telling the important details. So I don't know, and I was like so bothered, and it threw my mood off to a point where I just really, I kept my composure and everything. And the miss was there, and she's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm just hungry. If you guys know me, I'm always hungry, so use that as an excuse. And finish up baby girl here, and no, I think before I finish up baby girl here, I went over to my partner and I said to him, just bring these down to the car and I'll be you there in 10-15 minutes, all right? So after she hung up, after we hung up off the phone, I did what I had to do, and then I went over to my partner, and I said that to him, so I didn't want to bring any alarm to anyone or anything. So he went outside, and I didn't want to do. The lady was so grateful. We took photos, we took snaps. Everybody was happy. They went about, cleaned up, closed up my area. Her assistant was there at the time, because she was on the phone also saying to me, not even her assistant, she don't allow any male to pass the door. So I'm like, okay, cool. All right. So I went down to the car and I checked, because I gave him my bag, and I checked the letter, which is the contract. And I looked over it and I called her back and I said to her, I'm not seeing that on the contract. And she's like, well, that must have been an oversight for her on her part, but it's something that they don't do because she don't even want any male to come in the shop. They're not supposed to pass the doorway because of how her clients are, and some whatever, don't want to disclose too much. So I'm like, okay, but I've been communicating with you for nearly 3 months before the initial date, and I am supposed to they call it moving next week to start my appointments fully, and you're now telling me this something this important you are now saying to me, right? So she's like, yeah, you're not going to be able to do any meal. And I'm like, I have male clients. So she's like, she's going to give me until 24 hours or whatever, 48 hours to figure out what I'd like to do because no exceptions. So I'm like, okay, no problem, I'll think about it. I hung up the phone, I freaked out. I freaked out. I cried, I cried, I cried, I cried, I cried. I cried, go, I cried, go. I started to have short of it. I was panicking. I was supposed to, he was holding me because at that point, the pain, like the emotion was, it was all over the place. Sorry, my emotions were all over the place because I'm saying to myself, I am a person that is very careful, that I try to be. I am very reasonable, and to know that something like this is a big deal and you make an error like this, I don't believe you should ever rent a space if you are not ready to compromise and make adjustments in any way possible. You should not. You need to know that this is business and we were doing things on a professional level. So for you to tell me that I cannot do or have a male come into the salon. So if my spouse wanted to bring me lunch, I'll have to go outside and meet him. And that's ridiculous. I am not paying my money for you to tell me no one can come inside because of how your clients might feel. If you have that kind of client base, I believe you should not be in an open space or you should not have anyone else sharing the space with. No, I won't disclose what that is. All right, it's something that females feel insecure about, and I do understand. If that was something that was said to me early on, I wouldn't have gone ahead. You have never verbally or written or said anything to me about that. You waited 3 days before or 2 days before my initial move in, right? So I started to walk all over the other plazas trying to see if there was anything available. um I look back at the places that I once called. They said it's unavailable. I went across the road to try to find something. I was all over in Tree, just trying to walk and look something Constant Spring, calling until my spouse remembered that he knows someone that is in the boat industry. So I'm like, okay, cool. And then I'm about my baby. So in the car and whatever. And the miss said, bring her to XYZ and bring me there. I was like to 7 o'clock. She said she was gonna close up and leave, but she wait on me. So boom, reached down by Christine Plaza. That's my first location. Went by Christine, met the miss, and she introduced me to her space that she have available. And that is when I found my first home to operate. And I was there for 1 year. One lovely year. Yes. So that's the thing. I was there for 1 year and it was lovely. It was lovely until she wanted to transition over something else. So I'm like, okay, cool. I respect you as an individual. You're a great renter. So anyway, you go there. I literally said that to her, like, I'm your tail. You're not getting rid of me that easily. So she provided me with this amazing space that I am in now, and it's only bigger and better moving forward. So naturally, that's Gan. I want to say no. So naturally, that's family. I want to thank you guys for sticking out, staying around, supporting me through the thick and thin, understanding the ups and downs, and it's a continuous support, and I really appreciate that. You guys are my rock. You guys are my family. Without you guys and God, it wouldn't be possible. Like, I definitely know for a fact I'm going to one day be a really great renter. I'm going to be a really great business suit renter to persons out there, because the thing that we're facing in this industry, it is ridiculous. It is hard, and that's a different topic, a different video and all of that. So yeah, but you guys, that was it. So sometimes in life, miscommunications, and you think you said something. Always communicate with a clear and a firm conscience and be on your tippy toes, right? It's sad how it turned out, because I really love the space, and I found that the first miss was would have been a decent renter for someone that's been in the business for years. And it wasn't cute how the situation was dealt with. You understand? So after getting the space at Christine, jump down here down here. So when I secured the space at Christine, I let the lady know, the first renter, I let her know that I will not be staying and that I would like my deposit as soon as possible. So I arranged with someone to assist me in getting a letter to send to her, because I didn't want to send anything. So I wrote the letter, professionally done, date, address it, and asked for my deposit back. As I said, I paid two. So she would have to send that back to me. So she said, okay, wait till next week, Monday. I'm like, no, I am supposed to start working Tuesday. I am going to need my stuff. You are not going to leave me out here dry and high, going to the countries or wherever you're going, and leaving me to fend for my little self we're gonna get this done today, Sunday, because I don't want to have anything to do with you here and after, right? So I made an arrangement, and I put my foot down, and I'm like, we're gonna do this Sunday. And she's like, you're not supposed to go to the salon without my presence. Do not enter the compound. Like, treating me as if I'm a criminal. You took my money. You are the one that have my money, and I would not, in my right mind, go inside the salon without you present. And that is the kind of people we don't want, because they don't do their research as well. And I've done my research on you in the sense of seeing and understanding what I could, right? And as I said, I always ask for contract. I always try to have an understanding. So you messed up, and then you're gonna try to treat me as if I'm a criminal. So she came there the Sunday with her husband and her family, and sat down and watched that I took up what I was supposed to took up, and whatever it is, and her attitude and whatever. And you know, my partner and I were pleasant. We just good morning, good night, good evening, whatever the case may be. And I just wanted to make sure that my money was sent to me. So I gave her the keys and everything, and I went out in the car, and then that's when she sent me the confirmation, like send it to me while I am there. So while I'm giving you the key, you should send that money off today, immediately. So people feel like they can always have upper hand when they think they have control over everything, and it is very wrong. It's distasteful, because you don't know me. You didn't get to know me the way I thought I knew after 3 months. And in life, you see some red flags and you turn a blind eye to something because you just really want it. I've seen the red flags from her in the sense that she's lacking in communication. And I even asked someone who knows her if that's how she is, and they said yes sometimes. So I'm like, okay, cool, that's her personality, that's who she is. You got me? But to just do that to another female in the business, so this is not a bashing or anything. This is just to show what we have to go through in the beauty industry. The professional stylists out here, we have a lot to go through. You understand? I have a friend that she's going through ups and downs, and I won't get to that, but renting a boat, a room, is a lot, it's a task. Persons will come to you today and they'll tell you, oh, you need to move out in 2-3 days, you need to move out next week. And it's like, you're disrupting my business, right? And these are the reasons why I try to legalize, document every single thing, because if you do anything that will disrupt me in any way, I'm getting my lawyer. I don't play when it comes down to these things. You understand? I didn't even end off the video properly. So like, comment, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Naturally Nice JA will be doing it bigger and better. Many more content in store. So comment below what you'd like to hear next, what you'd like to see on this channel, and we'll do it all. Thank you. Bye. And enjoy.